You already knew I would come searching anyway.
You can't hear me
So
yet?
I sailed across the sea
We're still doing it.
to see
Check
if you
one, check
were
two.
there waiting for me.
Microphone check
But you
one.
were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me. But you did not.
Expect it to work.
So I fell asleep
What's up, Mario?
with a broken heart.
And the recovery room. How that worked out. Man, I don't know if we're going live, but we're going live.
Yeah, we are.
We are going live. Hey, what's going on? We're going to switch over, guys. Peace. We'll talk about. Tell us what you think about us being on the recovery room on Facebook.
everywhere.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Husey. I was just on the recovery room on Facebook. I was just checking to see how that would look. It said you can go live there, and so we did. And I don't know, Don. We'll maybe have to contemplate switching over and doing it live on the recovery room, which is where our people are. I don't know.
You're making noise over here in your mouth.
Am I? Do I need to adjust the
Yes.
volume?
No, you don't. Just keep it running.
Any
Now it's
better?
cleaned up, yes.
Any
Thank
better?
you.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's a nice looking picture there.
You want
Don.
views and
You want
boxes
good.
and phones
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a bunch
wanna
of
check
stuff.
it all
We're gonna
out.
have boxes. Everybody's in a box these days, and we're gonna go there.
Yeah.
We're going to boxes, but today we're outside the box, and just so happy to be here. I'm T-Bone,
I'm Christy.
and this is Recovery Room where we talk about stuff.
Everything.
A little bit of everything, but our focus is on our fellow addicts out there that are still struggling and in need of some assistance, whatever that may be, support, a little love, a little kindness, a little caring, whatever, however that works out. That is what we have to offer, at least. We've been doing this for a little while now, and what we have come to understand is that if you are ever going to get clean and sober, it is going to be your decision. It's going to be up to you. I mean, we're here to tell you give you our strength and our hope and our courage and whatever it is we got, and to tell you what happened to us. But what happened to us and what worked for us may not work for you. But what you got to know. I'm getting some kind of. I hear myself, Don. Is that the TV?
Yes.
Okay. I'm here to tell you that you're going to have to. It's going to be your decision. Okay, it's going to be your methodology. It's going to be your experience. It's going to be how you decide to deal with it.
There can be a whole lot of different views and people and programs, but until you're ready, until you find what works for you, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. So, I got to tell you, I've been thinking a lot about this. You guys, when you're watching this right now, you've seen, you've actually watched, like in right in front of your eyes, you actually watched somebody transform into being clean and sober, and we're talking about Christy. This happened before your eyes, and I think that's one of the most amazing things. That amazing thing that we may have taken for granted, because it's been a real transformation, and really proud of her, and again, the whole idea is that it can be done. It can be done. I mean, we've gotten now into saving a lot of the stuff that we get on the recovery room, and a lot of the before and after pictures, and we're going to start posting them, because I think that is some of the most poignant, most important pictures of here's where I was even 6 months ago or 3 months or whatever it is. The transformation from death, you know, in decay, I guess is what it really is, to being alive again.
Right, yeah, I
You
see
know?
the ones, that even whether it's 30 days to a couple years to just your lifers, they're incredible stories.
Yeah, yeah, and so Christy and I are doing. I'm looking for my.
Thank you, Judy,
I'm looking
that
for
was
my
sweet.
9%ers. Okay, my 9%ers. You guys are me. The 9%ers are me, right? You guys are coming with me. Okay, and then we got the brand Nubians, the Nubians, those guys that are out there, and you guys are just getting into your recovery, and you're struggling, and you got questions. I mean, I see a lot of questions on the. Forget it, or I'll call you. I mean, I'll call you, but if I forget, call me back.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone.
All right.
Comfort through this. Thank
Yes.
you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Has a
All right.
Wi-Fi account,
Thank you.
the name that starts with H.
Hey, Judy, that was your sister. And thank you, Peggy, for reminding me. You guys, I've been remiss in my duties. Judy's mother, Loretta, passed away a few days ago, and I want you guys in the recovery room family to send her some hope and some prayers and some condolences. It's never ever easy to lose your a parent or anybody that's close to you, but in particular your mother. Your mother is like that's that birth thing. You know what I mean? And so, and she was a wonderful individual and will be missed.
What's your thoughts?
So anyway, what you hear in the background is Donald talking to Spectrum. So we were trying to use hotspots and all kinds of stuff to get up here today. But I'm glad that we got it done at this time. And that time that Peggy called, that was a kind of, you know, when you start talking about nothing happens for nothing, that there are no coincidences. There's only like God winks. You know what I mean? And when you get it right to where you can just let stuff go. You know what I mean? And understand that at the end of the day, it's all going to work out. So why spend a whole bunch of time being negative?
Focused on the
You
wrong,
know,
right.
because it's all going to work out in the end. And so for you to spend this amount of time on it being frustrated or whatever it's a waste of time. And yes, I know, easy for me to say. You know, but the reality is that, and it's easy for me to say because, you know, I want you guys to get to this point. You don't have to get into your 60s to get the knowledge. You know, I'm giving it to you free too. You ain't got to pay nothing until you sign up for my seminar, and or when I start collecting donations for my run for some office of some sort. 2024, baby! Me and Kanye! Running the house! So guys, we were talking about Nubians. There we go. We were talking about Nubians and 9%ers. I need my 9%ers. If you are a 9%er, what is a 9%er? A 9%er is someone who has been in recovery and clean for a year or more. Okay, and I'm looking for all those people, and that's a whole bunch of y'all. Okay, first of all, I need you to go and join the Recovery Room family. Just go on Facebook and type in the Recovery Room, and the guy in the little bed at the hospital will show up, and not some guy in the hospital, the little thing, the symbol. And just hit the join button, and I think there's some automatic joiners and some people that we got to approve. But it is where we disseminate our information, and there are a lot of people on there that post a lot of stuff that is very pertinent to what we're about.
Please share any of your
And
thoughts,
share.
your questions, your quotes, your pictures, anything you have on your mind.
Yeah.
This is a recovery room, a support family, your resources.
Yeah, and be supportive. Don't go on there talking about, like, if somebody's talking about using Suboxone or weed or whatever it is that they're doing in their recovery, don't beat them up. Give them some love or something. And some encouragement. And let's move forward. Let's find out how we get past that stage, because see, when we put all these restrictions on people about what they got to do and all that stuff to get through their recovery, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's tough enough just doing it, and then to have all kinds of rules and regulations and stuff you got to go by that you're not ready for yet. And so we're just trying to give people, first of all, the hope that they can actually do it, that they can actually do it, and then all the rest of the stuff will take care of itself. If they can find some hope in the future, then the present is where you're in the right place, And that's where we are. And so if you were to go to the recovery room page right now, you would see in there that there is a topic for today. And that topic for today, and there's one in there pretty much every day, that topic for today is, and I think it's on the page too if you can see it, it is surrender and win. Surrender and win. Okay? And to win is good, yeah, too, but it's really and. Because very rarely in the history of battles have you thrown up the white flag and won. Normally surrender means slavery. This is the absolute reverse. This surrender frees you from slavery. It's the most amazing thing in the planet. And then I think there are only two ways that you can surrender and win. One is religiously. Surrender. Give yourself over to God. Surrender all of those crazy things. Get God. And then when I say God, I'll make it easy on you. And what we'll call it is good, orderly direction.
There you go.
You got eyes on the back of your head because you're moving this way here. Okay, so get yourself a little good connection with God. Surrender yourself, and then not that you say, "Oh God, take me and do what I gotta." Just understand that God has you. Once you surrender yourself, God got you. You're gonna do what you have to do. If you bump your head a little bit, you know that it's gonna heal because this is a great creation. That's how it works, right? You get a little bruise, and doing it goes away. You get a little scab, boom, it's gone. The wound is gone. The wound is healed. Look at that. Donald Dean brought up a quote. Oh, you already in it. Everything happens for a reason. Live it, love it, learn from it. Make your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile. And thank you for that word, smile. If there's one thing about this coronavirus and about this mask thing that is troubling to me, is that you can't see people smile. Other than that, it's okay. It makes sense. But smiles are important, man. A smile is a frown turned upside down.
Oh, I heard you say that a long time.
A smile increases your face value. A forced smile is better than a sincere frown, right? And have you ever tried to be unhappy? I was going to tell Don today, smile, man. Have you ever tried to be unhappy while you're smiling? It is impossible. It's impossible. God made it that way. Smile, you feel good. The muscles and the chemicals all just get together and have a smiling party, and you feel better. So when you're down, smile. Smile, man. And it's contagious. A smile is all those things. Thank you for putting that one up, Don. I appreciate it. Can you put one of mine up, or am I off?
I'm looking for you.
No, 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 you don't have it because I'm back to my normal ratio here, so you were not connected. Anyway, I'll put it up on so I can read it to you. this is and if nobody's told you that they love you today,
We love you.
we love you. Let us be the first.
We love you every day.
We love you
We're always
every day.
thinking.
We
We're
love
always
you.
thinking.
Yeah, always thinking about you. You know, and it's amazing because we are pretty much consumed by you know how well we obviously have to be in recovery ourselves.
Always researching and thinking
Yeah,
and
but we're
looking and
always.
reading
I mean, and that's what I suggest for everybody. Not just because you just have something that you're trying to share with people, but that too. But immerse yourself. Immerse yourself in the stuff that you need, because I guarantee you that, like Christy, she's been doing this for a while now. She can spurt out some quotes. I'll be sitting there, she's spurting out some stuff, and I'm like, wow. You
And
got,
it's not just because I read it and I just research it.
No,
I've
it
been
pertains.
I've been in and out of rehab. I've sat in the classes. I've read the manuals time after time. Unfortunately, yes, but I claim it because it's real.
why are you so low down there in that camera?
I'm in this little chair.
No, it's a camera.
Oh.
Camera.
It's like, whoa, you a little girl down there.
It's all right.
But it's
Hey, look, she's bigger. Shimmer. The keys to my bimmer.
But eventually,
That's
it's
better. Thank
good
you.
when things just stick in your head to where that's what clicks.
Yeah, yeah. And you replace
It's a
those
better,
old thoughts.
It's a better trigger than what could pop in your head.
Listen, and it's better than a half a gallon of vodka today to drink some water with some little, what you call it, a little flavoring in it. See, we were talking about that day. She says, you know what? Not only do I not drink like other
I
stuff,
can't even drink a soda anymore.
I can't even drink a soda.
I had to drink my water.
My,
with
how
a little-
things have
Just
changed.
so hardly with the little drops.
And when it changes, baby, it changes for the better. Let me tell you something. You know what? When you stop and you think about all the money that you have spent at the liquor store, at the smoke shop, just all those things, and add it up. If you're spending, at the dope boy, I don't know how I forgot that one.
wasn't gonna remind
But or the dope man or woman or girl or whatever it is, you know how much money you spent, man. You can have a house on the Key with all that money that you spent over that period of time. But then when you get to the point where you don't have to spend that money, you got money because you don't have to spend it all. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. And you know what? Orange juice without vodka is pretty doggone good.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it ain't good for if you're diabetic, boy. It ain't good for you because that juice is really sugary. I know. So anyway, when we were talking about love, there's this love called agape. And agape love is something of the understanding, creative, redemptive goodwill for all men. That's like you don't love somebody because of their race or their socio-economic standing or their political affiliations. No, it is a love that seeks nothing in return. It is an overflowing love. It's what theologians would call the love of God working in the lives of men. And when we rise to love on this level, you begin to love men, not because they are likable, but because God loves them. You know them people that love you for what they can get from you? No, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that at all. We're talking about a genuine love for God's creation. That's what it is.
For real.
No, that's for real. It ain't no mushy stuff. You know, it's not sexual. It's none of those stuff. It can't be compared to lust because it's just not that. You know, some people talking about I'm in love. It's like, no, you're in lust. You know, this is a completely different thing altogether. So, I love people because God loves them. Whenever you want to, you're the producer.
Yeah,
So yeah, guys, it's always very interesting to come here and be on this show and to understand how it has evolved to what it is today. I get lucky enough to get and thank you again, Facebook. We haven't done that enough lately. Thank you guys for giving us this platform that we have the opportunity to reach out to the world and share our thoughts. But it's amazing that we sit here and what?
Nothing.
Oh, we sit here and we have this opportunity to share and how it's evolved. Oh, I was talking about I get these memories, like I need it just then. Like whoa, I like to call it old singer's disease. You see, because I got a lot of songs up here that I memorize.
He claims they take up space.
They take up space.
So there's limited storage for,
Yeah. For other stuff, for like short-term stuff. I got a lot of long-term stuff here because when they call me to sing, I got to be ready. But anyway, on Facebook, they send me memories every day, and I've been pretty consistently every day getting a recovery room that I've done 2 years ago. On this day. I get pretty much one of those every day, and I get the opportunity to see that we've been doing this for a while, and we've stuck to it, and we're evolving, and we're now moving. We've moved twice in a week to better situations, and may have to move again, but we're going to keep moving until we get it right. And then we got all the stuff. I mean, we got new equipment. I mean, and these are things that have just been added to us, not even really been asked for, I guess, unspokenly, So it's when you stop, everything begins. When you stop, everything begins. When you surrender, when you finally say enough is enough, I'm not taking this crap no more. I'm not running up and down them same streets no more.
When you stop fighting.
When you stop fighting and surrender. Telling you, I told you earlier in the show, if you wasn't listening, look right over here next to me. You're looking at it right before your eyes. It happened right before your eyes. If you tune into this show on a regular basis, you saw it yourself. You saw those days when she was little loopty, on the medicine trying to get right. You saw those days when she was a little better, and you said, but now consistently you seeing her being here and present.
Took a long time.
And
it was a long time before it was even a long time.
Yeah. Hello, write that one down.
It was like
It was a long time before it was a long time.
it was a long time of thinking I was trying before I was even trying, before I even thought I was ready, before I was ready.
I found her on the floor.
And then I still went back out and wasn't ready after that.
Yeah, I found her on the floor. And so this transformation is remarkable and spectacular and all that to me. And what it says should say to you guys is that, look, if she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. If those other people up the road over there can do it, I can do it. But they can't do it for me. I've got to do it for myself. And the only way to do this, what we're talking about, immerse yourself in recovery. It's really cool, guys. I mean, because you'll find yourself doing some really cool stuff, and you'll be able to do it and remember it. And not have hurt, not intentionally hurt somebody in the process. You didn't steal anything. People weren't clutching their handbags around you.
Yeah.
Their clutches. You can leave some money on the table, come back, and it's still there. Hello? When they're in the bathroom too long, you're not worried about whether they're going to ever come out or not. They're just taking a long poop. These days. So, and when that baby boy, that baby girl gets to see their mama or their daddy, or foster parent, whatever it is, whoever's supposed to be giving that kid some love, able to do it and do it consistently, and make that a priority, man, ain't nothing better than that. You know, when your mama see your name on the call ID and ain't worried about what you calling about, that's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? Because prior to that, every time the phone rings, she's just wondering whether it's the police or the morgue. You know what I mean? Or somebody that they owe some money.
Or they figured you were calling from the jail, or they were happy you were calling from the jail.
Yeah, as opposed
or
to
they
calling
knew that
from the
you were-
morgue, which you
they
couldn't
were
do.
in jail, and they were happy you were there because you were safe. That's always a sad story.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get it, man. Get it. Want it. Have at it. Make it happen. It's yours. It's there for you. It's for the taking. You know, grow from it. You know, let me tell you something. And I was over here somewhere, but Don changed my thing again.
I didn't.
Anyway, and don't worry about what anybody thinks about you, because what anybody thinks about you is none of your doggone business. You know, that's their problem. You see, because what our biggest fear, and I guess you guys have heard this before. If you haven't heard, you're going to hear it today, and if you've heard it before, you're going to hear it again, because this is the most important thing. And God bless Marion Williams for writing this, because it took all the thoughts and everything out of my brain and put it on paper. And so and it's called Our Deepest Fear, or starts with Our Deepest Fear, and it says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that somebody around you does not feel insecure. You were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Our presence. It ain't our words, you know, because I got some, you know, I used to have that old slick talk, you know, to do what I had to do. And it had no substance. It was nothing redeeming about it. And see, people can see through that. But what you do, when you enter the room, your presence is what? Aren't by and or in awe of and or afraid of. Okay, so have a presence of kindness and of love and of involvement, and you know, be interested in someone other than yourself for a change, because you know we're self-absorbed when we're out there. Me, and you ain't even a singer, you know. On that me, you know. Ain't no me in us, you know. It's about us. Somebody else wrote that today. I don't know who sent me that, but somebody said that it's really about all of my friend Gaston sent it to me. This is about us, man. This is a us thing. This is a we thing. This is especially now when we are clearly under attack. And this is what's scaring me about what is going on around us, is that we have been asleep so long that they had to do you had to jar us awake and then put us back to sleep. You know, because this is the biggest form of manipulation that I've ever seen in my life. This is the biggest propaganda scandal that I've ever seen in my entire life. This is about population, crowd, and mind control if I've ever seen it in my life. And this is the time that you got to take your mind and take it back and use it for what it's designed to do. And that is thinking. Thinking. We have conformed and we become complacent and stagnant and all those things. It's time to wake up, folks. I mean, you know, who's running the corona? I don't know, not me, but I'm running my life, and I'm how I deal with corona.
I'm good with no puppet master, thank you.
Yeah, man, all they're trying to tell you, oh, this number is up, and so you must do this. I'm going to tell you what, with your numbers, okay? Because my dad's a math professor, okay? And I know how numbers work. Had to know. I had to do math, and I couldn't even write it down on a piece of paper. I had to do it in my brain. And so all these numbers are skewed to do whatever they want them to do. It is, what are you going to do? Because before they had corona, you needed to wash your damn hands.
I mean to laugh, but sorry, that's just true.
I mean, come on, man. Like, really? So let's get right, man. You know, I'm not asking nobody. I'm not no protester, okay? I'm not asking nobody to go and do no marches and none of that kind of stuff, okay? I believe Black Lives Matter. I believe Asian lives matter. You know, I believe all lives matter. You know, I believe my best redneck friend's life matter, 'cause I got some. I don't know about y'all, but you gotta have yourself one. Life ain't right without it, man. I'm telling you, I'll show you the pictures. Anyway, your presence is what we want. We want you present. We want you here. We want you to be a survivor. So, all my 9%ers, if you're out there, if you're a 9%, if you got a year more, and why is it called a 9%er? Because 91% of the people relapse within the first year. Most within the first 30 days. And so if you last a year, you're probably on the right track, okay? You can probably do it again. But listen, don't get me wrong. I have lasted 3 years and then fallen off. So you're never out of the woods. You know, you're never out of the woods. I'm not out of the woods with the time that I got now. Not out of the woods. I mean, I'm actually looking at the woods. But I look at it differently, you know? So you know, it's just the reality, man. It's like, make that decision and make it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. You know, live today, especially because, you know, here we go. We get ready to have a whole nother little shutdown, and don't say I didn't tell you, okay? Because I'm telling you now. There's going to be another little shutdown, and you know the struggle that you had to just go through during this first shutdown, trying to get your habit, get your stuff right. It's going to happen again, but it's going to be worse than the first time. So I'm suggesting that you start now, while you still got a little freedom, at least get out the house and stuff. You know, start now. Start now. Start today.
But before your centers and facilities are completely packed and in crisis mode.
Start now.
Right now would be a good time to get a head start on that.
Yeah.
Very highly recommended.
Very highly.
So when things are in crisis mode, it's going to be a little harder to get in. You're going to have a little more of a waiting time, and
yeah, one of my mentors and one of the people that I graduated from Automobile University. As a young salesperson, what they do was that we had several tapes and well, there were cassette tapes back then. I'm showing my age. You know, people, cassette. What's a cassette?
8-track.
8-track. What's an 8-track? Anyway, in our automobiles, if we were ever in our car, we had to have one of these tapes playing, and it was all you know, motivational speakers. And Les Brown was actually one of my favorite ones. And what he used to always say, and I'm reading it right here, it says, too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears.
So I fell asleep with a broken